Okay, folks. So today's Monday. We made it through. You got through another one. It's all downhill from here. But being Monday, it is time to jump on that tag again from that crazy guy over at 865 Knives, Monday Modern Madness. And the knife we're going to look at today is, I think it was the fourth of the modern knives I picked up. It was the first one I ordered online. The previous ones we've looked at were all knives that I picked up at the semi-local Bass Pro Shop. And this will be the first one I ordered online. And I believe I ordered this one from Blades Canada. And they've got a pretty good selection of modern knives, fixed blade knives, traditional folders, things like that. So, and knife accessories and supplies. So you can go check them out. I have no affiliation with them. But the one we're going to look at is the Civivi Stormhowl. Now this comes in, I believe, 4 options. 2 different plain color handles, 1 red handle. The premium version is a red handle with a Damascus blade, I believe. But I picked this one up. And there's your blade and how it looks. So, what do you say we spin the camera around and give it a closer look? Alrighty. As I said, we're going to have a look at the Civivi Stormhowl. Comes in a nice little zip-up pouch that seems the vast majority of the Civivis come with. And you get a little microfiber cloth. And I believe there were some stickers and whatnot in there as well. So here is the knife. So I'll just run through some quick specs. It says the overall length is 7.64 inches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd say that's about right. The width is 1.26 inches. Height, including the clip, is 0.64 inches. Blade length is 3.3 inches. So I'll peek at that. Oops, sorry. That looks about right. And with that, you have a cutting surface of just a little bit over 3 inches. Let's see. Closed length 4.34 inches. Looks about right. It has a blade thickness of 0.1 inches and a handle thickness of 0.47 inches. And the overall weight is 3.04 ounces. Your blade material is Nitro-V steel with a hardness rating of 58 to 60. The grind is a flat grind. The blade finish is a black Stonewash and satin flat. So you can see here you have your Stonewash on the grind surface, and then above that you have the satin flat. It is a clip point. The handle material is aluminum, and for all 4 versions, assuming they haven't come out with new versions, because this blade was released, I think, in, I want to say February of this year, this knife. They're all titanium handles. There's 2 versions that I believe may be blue and green, just bare titanium. And then your more premium version has a bare red titanium with a Damascus blade. This one here is the black titanium, but it has the milling for texture. Has a tip-up left-right carry pocket clip. So you have that there. The clip is inset, as are the screws, and is reversible for left-hand carry. Clip material is stainless steel. Screws are stainless steel, and for the body, they appear to be T6 along with the clip. And then you have a T8 for your pivot. What else can we see here? Has a caged ceramic ball bearing, and it is a button lock. So that's all of the specs as listed on the internet. So my impressions on it. I really liked it when I got it. It was my first button lock. The flipper action is really good. You've got some really nice aggressive jimping on the flipper all the way around, which helps a great deal. Very easy flick. Takes very little pressure. Blade pops out with a nice snap. There is no side to side or up and down with the blade. It is in there very solid. You have a very nice grind on the blade, very even. Same with the other side, looks very even. You've got a little bit of a sharpening choil there, so you've got some good amount of room for sharpening. You could choke into that. I wouldn't be so inclined to do so because you are pretty close to the sharpened edge there, and it wouldn't take much of a slip. And there's not a real, it's not deep, there's not a lot of purchase there. The finish on the blade is really nice. You've got a swell to the center of the handle, so it fits really comfortably into the hand. You can get a good grip on it. I have about an average size hand. I have a little bit peeking out from the back, so it's a nice fit for me. The clip, as I squeeze that, I really don't feel the clip. On a reverse grip, yeah, the clip kind of lands right there on my middle finger. So I do feel it there. But just a standard grip, it's quite comfortable. The milling on the titanium scales does give some good texturing. Now, if your hand was wet or the scales were wet, I don't know that you would have that great of a grip, but certainly better than just plain aluminum. So overall, comfortable in the hand. What else can we say? You could, right there, you do have a little lanyard cylinder there, I guess. So you can put a lanyard on this if you so desire. You could certainly, I think, put it on the where the screw goes through there too if you wanted to, if you want it more centered. The button lock takes a little bit more pressure than other button locks I have. That can be a positive or a negative. Certainly, you'll be less prone to accidentally closing it. But it's in a position where it's really, your thumb might rest against it, but not enough that's going to push on it and release it. It's inset a little bit, but it still does rise above the scale. So there is the potential to make contact with it. But like I said, it takes a good little bit of a push to get that to release. As far as the closing action, it's pretty drop shutty. Probably more so than I like. I could tighten that up, but the blade centering is really excellent right now, and if I tighten that up anymore, it's gonna misalign the blade. But certainly fidgety, and it has nice acoustics on the open. As far as sharpness, I've not done anything with this one. So this is direct from the factory. And that's pretty razor sharp. Yeah. Not much more I could do to make that any sharper for sure. It is a nice looking blade, almost, small size, but almost has a Bowie knife kind of look to it. So the blade itself, the blade geometry really caught my eye when I first saw it. Even the the two versions with just the plain finish on the blade. You know, this one, of course, was a little flashier, but it was more the milling on the scales that drew me to this one. But that is a pretty cool looking blade with the two-tone. So there we have it. There's not much more I can think to say about it. It's a really nice knife. It's very slicey. It's, oh yeah, we've got some good, too. We got some good jimping up here at the top. That's nice and aggressive, and it's in a pretty good spot. I almost wouldn't mind if they added a little bit of jimping, just maybe a 1/4 inch back on the scales here, just to catch the full thumb. But still, you get some good traction on that one. Well, that, folks, would be, I think, all that I can say about that. It's a good knife. I like it. It's you know, it's not a super stout blade, so it's not going to be a heavy use workhorse. You know, you're not going to baton with it or chop with it or anything like that. But as far as you know, cutting cardboard, cutting straps, all that kind of stuff, I'm sure it would be more than up to the task. I don't know that I'd want to do a lot of working with wood, particularly hardwoods with it, because that is a very thin blade edge, and you're very likely to, I think, roll an edge. But that's going to depend on the steel and the heat treat too. So, but I certainly like it. And speaking of likes, if you like this video, please consider tapping that like button. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or criticisms regarding this knife or my presentation, please drop those in the comments section below. And if you'd like to see more, please consider tapping that subscribe button and maybe ring that little bell. And certainly jump over and have a visit with 865's Knives. He's a funny guy. He does a lot of just off the cuff, you know, in front of the camera, just talking about his day and what he's got in his pocket. And he's the man can talk. I'll give him that. He can say more. What I can say in 2 words, he can probably squeeze out 10 words. But he's got a lot of good stuff to say, so go check him out. That being said, enjoy your Monday evening and drive into the rest of the week. The weekend will be here before you know it. Y'all take care.